At one level, we've got the basic cyber hygiene, looking at Cyber Essentials and Cyber Essentials Plus, the scheme that's endorsed by the government to encourage all organisations of any size to meet at least a minimum requirement in terms of technical security. And then at the other end, we're working with the Bank of England, the Financial Services Regulator, looking at the CREST and STAR schemes. What we're trying to do there is to provide additional levels of assurance at the very high end of the UK financial services in terms of that critical national infrastructure. Pulling together the penetration testers and the threat intel providers is really something new, and it's got a huge amount of international recognition already. That recognition that cyber needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed both at the sort of hygiene level for all organisations, but at the very higher levels what we need to do is to have great levels of assurance, is really the direction of play that I see for this year.
Yeah. I think we're seeing very similar things ourselves within the IISP. We've actually achieved the Cyber Essentials, and we're going for Cyber Essentials Plus. But I think the thing that we're seeing is the rise of professionalism and assurance. So at an organisational perspective, you're seeing the Cyber Essentials and the Cyber Essentials Plus. But also from the individual side, we're obviously one of the main boards for certification of the CCP scheme, and we've been working together on the pen tester role for that. But we're also seeing it within organisations where corporates want to benchmark their teams. They want to understand the shape of their teams and how they need to build them in order to get a strong capability to meet the ever-increasing and diverse challenges that we face as an industry.
I think what we're also seeing is again, moving down the stack in terms of the level of professionalisation and the work we're doing with the tech partnership, looking at higher apprenticeship programmes, and what we're also trying to do, looking at the opportunities for interns and first works, I think are really good things. I think if we're going to be a proper profession, what we need to do is to invest properly in youth, and those sorts of programmes I think really provide that opportunity. What we need to do now is to encourage our industry in terms of the employers to actually embrace that and actually start to give opportunities for young people to enter the marketplace, invest in them for the future, and then I think everybody will win. I think it's a great opportunity.
Well, we've absolutely got to embrace getting young people into the industry, and the apprenticeship scheme is wonderful for that. We've also been doing quite a lot with universities, and what we're trying to do there is to get universities that are running degrees or masters that have a security element to become part of the institute. So we've now got 13 academic partners, and what we're trying to do with them is to tie them up with corporates in the area that they're located and the branches, so that students and people entering the profession are part of a networking community and they can grow. We've been trying to support people at whatever level they are in their career development. We've been actively encouraging students to become involved. So we now have a student level of membership. We've got affiliate and associate and full member to support people going through their career. And then the last piece of the jigsaw that we've put in place is the fellowship. So we're very, very proud of that, and we're certainly seeing people in the industry, certainly within our corporate members, really embracing the fact that professionalism is important and wanting to develop that. So with any luck, we should be able to go for our chartered status in about a year or so's time.
Oh, that'd be great news. I mean, we've also been working with academics quite a lot. We've actually developed a careers tool now based on all the opportunities there are within the information assurance industry, so around about 72 jobs. And during this particular event, what we're trying to do is to film people, to just trying to get some empathy for young people to understand what type of jobs and opportunities there are within this industry, which I think is really exciting and a great place to be.
What is fabulous about the work that you're doing there is that it's showing the breadth of careers that people can have within the industry. People always think that it's a very, very technical role, but there's something for everybody in this profession, whether they're technical or whether they're communicators or whether they're risk analysers. And I think that's what we need to get over to people. There are so many different roles that people can have.
There's been quite a few initiatives to actually raise the level of awareness about cybersecurity at a board level. What is driving change is some of the regulators being really interested in this and asking the right questions to their risk officers. So I really believe some of the initiatives by the Bank of England and some of the other parts of the critical national infrastructure, are now starting to make some differences in terms of people having a proper debate at the right levels. This year there's an opportunity for us to get into the boards to talk about these sorts of things, but it's our responsibility to make sure we do that in a professional way.
And I think we need to speak to boards in the language that they understand as well. What we really need to get over to boards is how it's going to affect their business if things go wrong.
Absolutely.
And how we can help.